how do you turn this off? I've been walking around, I went in the bathroom and I was like fixing my shoe.
Working day?
Yeah.
Dave, you know the way you felt today when you were laying on the bed going, oh my gosh, I feel that way all the time.
So do I.
So, I mean,
My husband's been out all week, and I'm like, okay, see ya. I'm going. Well, I'm out for the next 2 weeks.
right next taping. Because I've got this camera and I want
It should be here any minute.
So I just push this silver button.
when you want to tape, see it's taping right now. Okay, push recording nothing but the carpet. Okay, thank you.
But I'm
Wait till she
getting
gets here.
instructions on tape.
Okay, just push.
All right, here's the moment.
And you're going to have a big Lucinda.
Yes. How do you feel about the moment?
About the what? I'm nervous. I'm really nervous.
You look nervous. Thank you. Are you nervous?
No, not at all, man. I'm really excited.
Are you nervous?
I'm a little nervous for it. There's your cameraman.
Yeah, I'm checking it out. I'm giving it a test run. It's actually your camera.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. You want to buy it?
Maybe 150 for it right now. Check, of course.
Yeah, that's it.
You're doing an excellent job.
It's all right.
Are you nervous?
I do, but I'm good.
Look at you floating through. That's an official photographer.
Wait, I'm crossing over here.
Here they come.
Happy birthday.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have a heart attack.
Welcome to the party.
I'm all over this. I had the Dutch camera angle. I had it all.
You called me.
How long do you want me to do this? I had the best angle. I had it all, man. You have the best film of any of them.
Hey, Bob, it's over here.
Turn it off.
I was hungry. Yeah, I'm starving.
I know.
I'm famished. All right.
2 cars in a row.
Okay, where's the other people? I don't know. They said they're coming. You know what? I'm filming the table. Say hi to Chris. Say hi to Pat.
Hi, Pat. Happy birthday. Hi, Pat. Happy birthday. We're glad to be here.
Hey, Pat.
Hi, happy birthday, Pat.
Hi, Pat. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday, Pat.
Okay, wait. Oh.
Here.
This is the neighbor table. The neighbor table.
Here we go.
30 years.
Say happy birthday to Mom.
Happy birthday, Pat. Where is she?
Oh, she's somewhere, but I'm just making the tape.
Okay.
You say happy birthday to Mom.
Happy birthday, Pat. We're very glad to be here.
Happy birthday, Pat.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yay! Happy birthday to Mom.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Bob.
Happy birthday.
I remember last year. I'm never going back there.
I'm gonna go back, but I'm like setting some ground.
Yeah. So you're wiser.
Here, I'll put them out.
Right, I'm saying, and my parents want to rent a cabin down the street from their own house. And
I say it's happy birthday to Mom. Say to Mom.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Future son-in-law. Are you sure?
Happy birthday, Pat.
Patricia, what's your what do we call your relation? Mother-in-laws? No.
I'm one of the mother-in-laws.
Dueling mother-in-laws? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Amy?
Hi. Hi, Mom. Happy birthday.
That's my mother you're talking about.
That's me.
Can y'all say happy birthday to Mom?
I'm back. Happy birthday.
It requires a good sword jam.
Katie?
Sorry.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Pat.
Complained, or as far as I can even remember, cursed, which is more than I can say.
She did complain.
I never heard it. And she raised us all into good people with a strong sense of family. And as far as I'm concerned, isn't that what it's all about? But yes, there are a couple memories that stand out. One is Girl Scout Day Camp, and I remember her. She was the equipment lady at day camp. And each morning she got us all up and dressed and ready to go, and including dousing us with some sort of yellow stuff that was supposed to keep the jigger bites off. I never really understood how that worked. And she drove us to day camp for, and we should know it rained for the entire 2 weeks. And then I remember all the soccer and the softball and the volleyball and blah, 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 all the games that she went to, and she was always there, either her or Dad. And every Saturday night, she ended up with raccoon eyes because she'd sit out in the sun all day with those big sunglasses. She looked like a raccoon at the end of the day. And then I remember her sitting up in the football stands on Friday nights after RHS played their games. And the band would always stay late and play the Wabash Cannonball, and she always loved that song for some reason. And then most recently, I remember her at my side at the birth of my daughter, which will be more than she'll ever know. So with all these memories and thousands more, I wish her a happy birthday and many more.
They threw me out on the birth of my daughter. Girl Scout camp, I do remember a story she told me. She was kind of funny. I haven't thought of it for 25 years. But they had a latrine for the little girls. And the latrine had a curtain that came up about this high. And the little girls would sit down there. And the mothers would sit there and their heads would be sticking out. She said it was terrible. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that
Way to go, Buzz. Give that a lot of thought there, Buzz.
I'm really nervous, even though I'm a teacher and I teach hostile high school kids. If you all are in high school, I'm still nervous, but so I wrote mine down too. But when I was growing up, I always remember people saying, "You look just like your mother," and I was always like, "Oh, that's nice. I was happy." And they also said, "Your mother is a saint," and I thought, "Oh, she's pretty good, but what's the deal?" You know. And now, since I've had my own children, I really appreciate the comment because I don't understand how somebody who had 6 children in 6 years could have kept their sanity. My mom did.
She did not.
See, I can't even. But I never remember my mom complaining. She never complained. And often say to her now with my two, on our long-distance phone conversations, which are many, like daily, I say, how did you do it? 6 kids, all so close together. And she always says, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I guess that's the key. But both my parents taught us to value things that are really important, like family and God and education and each other and having fun. We have a lot of fun together. And they taught us that material things really don't matter. I was trying to think about some memories that come to mind about my mom. I remember, like I said, people always saying you look just like her, and that was nice. I remember my mom always being home. When we came home from school, if it was raining, she made hot chocolate and popcorn for like everyone in the neighborhood. Lucinda, Jenny, you couldn't be here. I remember my mom and I going to Weight Watchers together. I guess it was the popcorn and hot chocolate. I'll always remember my mom coming up to visit me in college at Oklahoma University. She came up for Mother's Day. I went downstairs to get some ice, and when I came back up, my mom was in the bathroom on her knees, in her slip, cleaning up my bathtub. I was like, Mom, you don't have to do that. She said, oh no. And then Cheryl, my friend's mother, was doing the same thing. She was doing really dirty.
Pat, come up to New Jersey soon.
But I think my fondest memory, close to Katie's, is when I was up in New Jersey. I was the first Hatfield girl to have a baby. And I had my daughter during a storm. And my mom was supposed to be there, but she couldn't make it because of the weather. And I kept waiting for my mom to come. And there kept being weather delays, and she couldn't get there. And I was just so distraught because she wasn't there. And I remember Dave's brother went and picked her up, brought her finally to our house, and because I didn't want Dave to leave me alone with the baby. And she walked in, and I cried, and she cried, and Mark cried, Dave's brother, everybody cried, and she said, let me have that baby. And I'll just never forget the week that we spent together with that little baby and how close we got, and I don't know, I just can't imagine anybody having a better mom than I have. And I hope I have a really good role model, and I hope I can be as good as my baby.
So I chose to do my family because that's the most important thing to me. And in it I had a picture of a nurse and a sailor and a lot of strollers. And right in the middle I had a picture, I used a Norman Rockwell painting. And it was just one of, I don't remember which one it was, but the teacher said, now, so what you're saying is, you know, you had the perfect life. And I said, well, to me it was. And she said, but I don't believe that people can have the perfect life, that you can have an ideal childhood. Surely something was wrong. I was like, no, it wasn't. She's like, she just didn't believe me, and I knew in my heart that I did. I did. I mean, so, and I got an A.
She had one bad habit that we found out about just a year or so ago. Remember we had bought bicycles and we made them over at your house?
Yes.
Well, we found out it really didn't matter because when we go to bed on Christmas, she'd always get up, she'd open her presents, and then, yeah, Patty, and then she'd see what you got, she'd wrap them up, and then she'd be surprised. She did that all.
And if she didn't like them, she switched the name tag.
Patty. Sister Amber's out. Kit.
Who's the black sheep now?
Right.
I didn't write anything down either, so keep that in mind. I thought of all the things that I could stand up and say about my mom, her sense of humor, her smile, her courage. The thing that I admire most about her is that she could be the most incredible mom in the whole world, and then she could step back from that role and be your friend. And she could talk to you and listen to you and listen to what you said as a person, and not a son and not a daughter. And I think that if I can do that for my children, that's the one thing that you pass down to me. I consider myself blessed. I love you and happy birthday.
She's got a new job. She's training for. Mom has to marry. She's in training for management. She's going to be a manager. All her family's going to be.
It was just Pat and I. We sat down in the living room and we started chatting.
And Pat said, Dave, are you ready for a soulmate? And I said, excuse me? And she said, are you ready to share your soul with someone for the rest of your life? It's a neat and wonderful thing. And I said, yeah. And I went upstairs and I shuddered for the next 2 days.
Thanks.
Maybe that's the way it was. But the wedding went all fine and everything was great. And after 5 years of marriage and 2 beautiful children later, yes, Pat, it is neat. But I bring that story up because to me, that signifies the way that Pat lives her life. That she shares her soul with everybody that I see that she has met and that she loves and that she cherishes. Her friends and her family, myself included, her children, whom I'm sure we can all attest to that she loves very dearly and she's been dedicated to for her entire life, and it certainly shows in the way that they respect and love her back, and that's both for Pat and for Buzz. And to her soulmate, Buzz Hatfield. And I looked up in the dictionary what's the definition of a soulmate, and they said anybody that can listen to Buzz's story.
Is that tape? Man, is that like, yeah, how long do you get? 4 hours or 2 hours?
I don't know, it took 2 hours to recharge. I don't know.
I just feel pretty bad about it now, seeing the way some people are. Dave, when did you start with the goatee?
To redeem yourself.
Pardon me? When did you start with the goatee? About 5:30 this evening. No, you just decided on the way in and you had your electric razor.
You said cheeks don't grow.
When Amy told me to. I'm just panning the room. Oh, there's a familiar sight. Dad, filling up that keg.
Floating that keg.
Are they gonna let you take that home, or just stick that in the back of the car?
Buzz, phone. I know, I'm not very good at that. They come over and boss finally came over and said, "You're supposed to get so many pictures out of a keg."
Sure, maybe we should take out the balloon.
Mary, yes, what did Dave say?
I'm afraid. I took it up.
What did Dave say?
Just get on.
We already say hello. We're here before it all starts. There's Dave.
We're the ones, we put all of this together.
Yeah, it was the table
Dave and
settings
I
were tough.
decorated each one of these tables, set these little place cards out, put these pictures in the frame.
Still high from the glue on the pictures.
Well, yeah. There's a little problem with that, but we got him out of that.
Panning the room.
Some of the outfits here in the 70s and 80s. My favorite decade. Roy, you've been around. What would you say the ugliest clothes were? The 60s? What? The ugliest clothes? The 60s and 70s.
There's the golf course. Very
Did I ever
interesting.
dress?
No, actually, I think Bob.
Well, who knows how to dress. Fortunately, we're guys. We don't really care.
And we will be. Hey, say hello, Dave. Hey, Dave. There's the camera. There's Amy. There's Mary. That's Napoleon over there making the drink. And here we go. We're back out. Not sure who that is. And there's Roy. There's Mary. And
Have you met Dave's mom?
hey, Mr. Roth. Say hello. We're filming for before the party, little posterity.
Hanging on right now.
How you doing out there? Yeah. Are you ready for the what do they call it? Being so surprised.
Oh, still a surprise?
Still a surprise? She does not know.
That is a cool. I know the picture really comes in good, doesn't it?
but I want to.
Hey, Bob.
Dave?
Where are you going to stand?
No, we're looking at you right now.
Where are you going to stand?
No, I was focusing in.
Y'all don't let them see you.
I'm taping too, so we're watching.
We're all very excited inside. Teresa, go contain the crowd as best you can. Take a deep breath. Wahoo! Maddie. There's a car.
Here we are.
Where'd you think I was? Welcome to the party. Got a horrible sharp that
Hi, Bob.
How y'all doing?
How are you?
Good.
I've been looking for you. I want to say hello to you.
I'm trying to keep the cameras away, you know, back in the shadows.
I can ask that because I always consider
I've got to go find you.
We haven't seen you for a long time.
I'm sorry. Let me move it.
No, you're just fine.
good belt.
Remember I talked to you,
Well, there was some hair on it. Did say it on
Finally got her involved to sell PatHat's to us. And it reduced the this lady was realtor used to work for Syntax. It's oil.
Come on.
Get rid of that hot air. Dad, come on.
Well, I thank you all very much for coming and helping us celebrate my birthday. Every day, I thank God for all his blessings. My husband, my children, my 3 adorable grandchildren. Hopefully they'll be sleeping. All my, yeah, we hope they're sleeping. All our friends from past, present, and the future ones will make. Thank you all for coming tonight, and have a good time.
You're welcome.
Well, I want to thank everybody too. Keeping this a secret was really difficult. We were traveling in Canada for almost a month, and I kept saying these things, and she'd say, "Where'd you get that?" And I said, "Well, I talked to her." And she went to the varsity one day, and I was writing all these cards. But I really do appreciate everybody coming, and so pleased that it was a surprise. I don't think it was, because I could tell when she's
Thank you especially for all the people that came from out of town.
Thank you for inviting
I got one.
We had asked everybody on the back of the invitation to write down a memory about your mom. So as I started trying to think about what memories stand out to me about my mother, I realized it's not just a few, which is probably true of anybody of their mom, but a stream of memories come to mind. And when I think of my mom, I think of her as selflessness, compassion, generosity, her good nature, caring, understanding, and the love she has towards her family, friends, local patients, and all people that she knows. I can honestly say I've never met a person that can say a negative statement about my mother.
a lot about me.
She's one of those people that everyone loves and wishes they could be more like. How many times have people said, 6 children, how could she do it? And I'm not sure how she did it, and I was there. So, she never complained, or as far as I can even remember, cursed, which was I consider myself.
She did come.
I never heard it. And she raised us all into good people with a strong sense of family. And as far as I'm concerned, I see that that's all that. But yes, there are a couple memories that stand out. One is Girl Scout Day Camp, and I remember her. She was the equipment lady at day camp. And each morning she got us all up and dressed and ready to go, and including dousing us with some sort of yellow stuff that was supposed to keep the chigger bites off. I never really understood how that worked. And she drove us to day camp for and wouldn't you know it, it rained for the entire 2 weeks that we were there. And then I remember all the soccer and the softball and the volleyball and blah, 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 all the games that she went to. She was always there, either her or dad. And every Saturday night, she ended up with raccoon eyes, because she'd sit out in the sun all day with those big sunglasses. It's like a raccoon did today. And then I remember her sitting up in the football stands on Friday nights after RHS played their games. The band would always stay late and play the Wabash Cannonball. And she always
Little girls, and the mothers sit there, and they had some sticking out. So it was terrible. But anyway, so I throw
Way to go, bud. You got a lot of thought there, bud?
I'm really nervous, even though I'm a teacher and I teach hostile high school.
all so close together. She always says it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I guess that's the key. This is the popcorn hot chocolate.
I came up a few days later, and they said, rent a car, and they gave me directions, and when I walked into my son.
Yeah, I don't have anything written down. I didn't do all that. I'm not a teacher. I can honestly say that the most of the memories that I have from my mom are recent because as everyone or anyone knows, and even in my family, I was the black sheep of the family. Most of the gray hair is from me. You know, but when I came to my senses, as I did, even when I wasn't, my mom, she was the most supportive person for me. Although my dad was too, but he was like, those boyfriends, you know. My mom was always there. She was there for me for everything. And I can only hope for the experiences that I have in the future with you know, our kids and everything that you know, what Mary and Katie have already experienced. And that she has to stand next to me when I have my baby. The whole thing. But I can just say that my kids are going to grow up with a lot of morals and a lot of support the way that my mom did, because our family is what it is today because of the way that my parents brought us up and what they taught us and put in our, you know, taught us daily and even down to the only memory that I have when I was really young is walking home from Spring Valley Elementary, and she was making cookies before she went to work, you know, and then my dad would feed us TV dinners, but we always did cookies.
He was actually making cookies for Bob.
Where do you put them in?
But I can't even express how wonderful it is to have a family that is together. We've been knowing that our grandkids and seeing everyone being close to that. It has a lot to do with my mom.
I'm going to apologize. But I will say, last year I took an art class, and one of our projects was to make a collage where we had to pick something very close to us and show it in the collage. So I chose to do my family because that's the most important thing to me. And in it I had a picture of a nurse and a sailor and a lot of strollers. And right in the middle I had a picture, I used a Norman Rockwell painting, and it was just one of, I don't remember which one it was, but the teacher said, now, so what you're saying is, you know, you had the perfect life. And I said, well, to me it was. And she said, but I don't believe that people can have the perfect life, that you can have an ideal childhood. Surely something was wrong. I was like, no, it wasn't. She's like, and she just didn't believe me, and I knew in my heart that I did. I mean, so, and I got an A. Anyway.
She had one minute.
I didn't write anything down either, so keep that in mind. I thought of all the things that I could stand up and say about my mom, her sense of humor, her smile, her courage. The thing that I admire most about her is that she could be the most incredible mom in the whole world, and then she could step back from that role and be kind. She could talk to you and listen to you and listen to what you said as a person, and not a son and not a daughter. And I think that if I can do that for my children, it's the one thing that you pass down to me. I consider myself blessed. And I love you and happy birthday. Recent
6 or 8 times.
Okay, Bobby.
I guess that. Now, I could easily say I had, 6 mothers growing up. That was kind of the situation. But now, as I get to be a little bit older, I look at things at a different perspective. And I look at my sisters and, how they have turned out. And I just hope that someday I get as lucky as you. There's nothing more I can say as far as a mother and a wife, as far as that goes. Just like Patty said, there was nothing really negative that you could bring up that anyone would, blink at as far as that goes. So, like I said, I hope that, like I said, at my age, I hope I'm as lucky as you. Bob, did you have the same memories as she does? I really do. She was able to put up with me for all these years. It's incredible.
All right. Well, I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm Pat's brother. And thank you. Mary had called me, I don't know, a couple weeks ago and asked me if I would stand up and say a couple things about Pat. Started to think about what I would say, and I really realized that I don't think Pat and I have ever lived in the same house together.
For a short time before we got married.
We've never lived in the same city together. So most of what I know about Pat, other than what we've learned in the last several years, have come through my parents. And one of the things that I can say about that is that my parents were never more proud of a daughter than they were of Pat. Because when Pat met Buzz, and the way they raised their family, the kids that they produced, and the way they brought their family up, was the way that I think any parents would want their daughters or sons to be. And I know that in their later years, one of the comforts they had was that Pat and Buzz were always very stable. Pat and Buzz were always very good in bringing up their kids. Of course, they had to deal with me and my other sister, but there was always that ray of sunshine with Pat, and everything was okay. And I think that if you all know this family as well as everybody here should know them, as well as I know them, I don't know that there's a family like this. If you all think around, can you think of one that has raised kids as well as they have, and these kids have all turned out as well as they have? I think that this is something that people should aspire to and take a look at, and it's really because of Pat and Buzz and their union. The only other thing that I do remember is the day that Buzz gave me, did you hit me? And the only thing I can say about my sister is she got mad at him. So you can't ask for anything better than that. And I really didn't deserve it. It was one of the rare times when Buzz lost his temper, and I know that he probably didn't.
I spanked him. He was 7 years old. And every time I'd come in the house, he'd step on my shoes. I said, Rory, don't do that. And he kept doing it, so I really gave it to him. And she said, that's it, I'll never talk to you again. And his mother came in and said he should have done it 2 weeks ago.
That's probably why she liked him so well. Can't say anything better. The best sister that I could hope to have, and such a wonderful family. Thank you.
Here comes Katie and Charlie's daddy.
I'm Dave Proudman. I'm one of Pat's 3 son-in-laws, and I guess I have to represent our little fraternity. Firstly, I'd like to get off the subject of Pat for just 1 second and congratulate Patty and Paul on their engagement. Congratulations, Paul and Patty, and welcome to the family, Paul. I'd just like to share one quick story about Pat that's always been close to my heart. 5 years ago, when Mary and I got married, we were living in New Jersey. We came down to Dallas, and we were making the final arrangements. Excuse me, making the final arrangements in Dallas and getting all the plans taken care of. And it was about 2 days before the wedding, and I wasn't too nervous. Everything was going well. And I came home to the Hatfield house, and it was just Pat and I, and we sat down in the living room, and we started chatting. And Pat said, Dave, are you ready for a soulmate? And I said, excuse me? And she said, are you ready to share your soul with someone for the rest of your life? It's a neat and wonderful thing. And I said, yeah. And I went upstairs and I shuddered for the next 2 days. Maybe that's the way it was. But the wedding went off fine and everything was great. And after 5 years of marriage and 2 beautiful children later, yes, Pat, it is neat. But I bring that story up because to me, that signifies the way that Pat lives her life. That she shares her soul with everybody that I see that she has met and that she loves and that she cherishes, her friends and her family, myself included, her children, whom I'm sure we can all attest to that she loves very dearly and she's been dedicated to for her entire life, and it certainly shows in the way that they respect and love her back, and that's both for Pat and for Buzz. And to her soulmate, Buzz Hatfield. And I looked up in the dictionary what's the definition of a soulmate, and they said anybody that can listen to Buzz's stories year in and year out.
I remember the night we went to midnight mass. No, we didn't go to midnight mass. We went to early Christmas mass. And the big thing in my life, it isn't Pat, it isn't the kids, it's the dressing that I cook for Christmas. So I was working on the dressing, and Dave came up and he sat down and he said, do you mind if I ask your daughter to marry me? And I said, tonight? I said, to ask her tonight. Anyway, they went down to the school and he asked her. I had to throw that whole thing of dressing away. Almost cut off a finger. Messed up the proportion, but it was really pleasant. It turned out good. I mean, the wedding.
Thank you. I think it's time to cut the cake.
Prior. Well, did he find the play in playoffs?
Yeah, okay, you got that's really very stressful. You guys just tried to use on the campus.
Yeah, but he always went to bed early. Mine never went to bed early. Helen would have to be to bed by 7.
We're not sure about kids.
We got contrast.
Kid said, you, Chief Jackson, I'm gone. And management said, kid's not running the team. We're waiting to see him.
Jim Clement.
But, you know, as
Especially
far
with
as
professional
college,
school,